I want to have to be like...
We're in the middle of getting the mics on, and the way Alex just sat, he literally was just describing himself driving in gamer mode.
Yes, real.
Just absolutely terrible posture.
Real.
Also, welcome to the podcast. We said we were going to do a driving episode at some point, and now we're doing that. This is such a terrible spot.
You're going to have to learn how to fucking... Yeah. You're going to have to learn to be a vlogger within an hour.
Just, if I stab it directly into my kneecap, that actually stabilizes it in a good spot.
Well, there you
go. But anyway...
Are we just doing the drive there or back?
Back too, because then I can get 2 episodes done in one day.
Fair enough. And they're about an hour.
Yeah.
Like an hour 16.
It's perfect.
From where I'm driving till... Where are we going? Popeyes or Target first?
Probably Popeyes.
Probably Popeyes. So is this technically like a 2-part?
Yes, this is a 2-part episode. The sun is in my eyes!
Just do the thingy. There you go. You should show the world that you can do that. My dad didn't know he could do that.
Yeah, there we go. My eyes are safe.
Also, my truck is dirty. Don't look at it. And the outside. The inside's fine.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that inside. Pristine.
I try to keep my truck clean in the inside. I hate dirty cars.
Yeah.
I get racist towards unclean cars.
My car's bad right now. I'm not even gonna lie. It's actually terrible. But anyway, we're talking about Helldivers and how Chort Bay is absolutely demolishing us right now. Like we're getting through it, but man, those bots are just crapping out reinforcements on us.
I hope we get a 4th faction on February 8th, or something cool happens February 8th. Just talking gaming.
The year anniversary. That the black hole. That
Idaho.
thing's going crazy. Hey, Idaho.
I can't. Tesla. Should I purposely crash into it?
Ew. Well, it's not a Cybertruck, so there's no.
You know what's weird about this? Hold on, because this is all new. I feel like a child. I'm showing the internet my driving skills.
That's true. And I'm showing the internet how I can't sit still.
Fidgety.
The camera's gonna be moving so much, not because of the road, but because I can't keep my hands still.
What if, I'm just hypothetically here, another thing we buy at Target is a stabilizer?
That would be pretty good. Then we could do these episodes more often.
We could.
Just like something to smack the camera in.
Yes.
Because also, if we had like a GoPro, we could just clip it right here and not have to worry about anything.
You know, you say all that, and it just crossed my mind. My brother owns like 3 mounters. I think we could have just got one of those.
Oh.
I just thought about it because I was like, wait a minute. But I don't know if they would work though. I don't know if the clip on the bottom of that and the clip on those things work. Because if that was the case, we could have just mounted it right there. But I think we can get one probably at Target. So,
I'm sure they have all sorts of stuff that we could grab.
Yes.
So, should be good. But yeah, Chort Bay, actually going crazy right now.
Helldivers is fun. I'm addicted.
It's so good.
I'm just addicted again.
Oh, we have to talk about this though.
It's so addicting, it beat out Marvel Rivals for me. I have not touched Marvel Rivals in a week.
Yes.
I've just been like, Chort Bay.
Democracy.
I'm expecting, just talking in terms of gamer news, I'm expecting like some like a pretty like, not an overhaul, overall update. It's so weird to say. I can't say
overall update.
I say
overall.
But an update just to like, I heard CJ talking about it when he was like trying to customize his character, and I do kind of find it weird that like you can't like pick out very basic colors. Like all the cream and white sets are all a different shade of white, and it's just like, that's kind of weird.
Like I don't want that color.
Yeah, because like I really like it's one of the armor sets, the heavy armor set with the mechanical hand.
Oh yeah.
I wish I could slightly tweak the cream color, but you can't. It's like that's just annoying. I got a drip, baby. It's drip or drown. Dripping in games is mandatory for me. If I can't customize, there really is no point in playing it. I make exceptions, but if there's not, in terms of my viewer score, it goes down pretty significantly.
Look, my drip went so hard that I haven't had to change my outfits.
No, yours is good because the black and black mesh well together with the
black
green.
and the green.
Yeah.
It like I don't know how, but the helmet I really liked and the armor set that I really like just meshed together so well, even though they're not in the same set.
Remember, kids, always stop.
Always stop, especially at red lights, because that's illegal.
It goes on the other side.
That's illegal. But can we tell the story of the most sad thing that happened last night?
That shit was hilarious because you went non-verbal and it was cracking me
So
up.
we just started one of the missions against the bots on Chort Bay.
I have screenshots. I can send it to the podcast.
That's right. You did take screenshots. I wish we had that whole ordeal
every
recorded,
time we
because
play it, I want to record it. And this what's crazy is I was able to figure out how I can record basically in 4K, and I made the game look really good. Okay, side tangent. Helldivers is the only game where I turn on bloom and depth of field because it actually makes the game look better. Past that, no other game I'll put that on. I'll see what happens with Monster Hunter, but
I'm so excited.
It looks so good. We'll talk about that soon because I was looking into it last night when we got off. I'm like, Monster Hunter.
I already pre-ordered it too.
You told me last night, but like, it looks really good and stuff. But anyway, going back. But
yeah, so we had. Wow, there's something going on there. Anyway, we had just cleared out an automaton base, and we're just kind of exploring the area. And I was off on my own, and I was like, I see this bot just standing there, and I run up to him, and he's not shooting at me. Like usually they just immediately attack, but this bot was just like sitting, like just standing there, just kind of like watching and just kind of like hanging out with us. And then at some point another bot like came out and like started shooting at me and hit him on accident. So I killed that other bot and saved him from death. And I was like, guys, you guys need to, CJ and Alex, we were all playing together. I was like, guys, you need to get over here and see this. This bot is our friend. And like, we're all just having fun hanging out with the bot.
We were trying to take pictures with it, and then
we're taking pictures with it, saluting, having fun. And then all of a sudden, one of the random like tank bots just came out and shot a missile at us.
I immediately died.
Killing Alex and just vaporized the bot in front of us. And the guttural no I let out could only be comparable to the one given out by Spider-Man on the animated series. Caleb in post played the clip of Spider-Man screaming, "No! Mary Jane! Mary Jane!" And that was literally exactly how I screamed when the bot got vaporized in front of my eyes. And I proceeded to go so full in on just wanting to kill every single bot.
The doomed. I know he went non-verbal. So this is like a few minutes after, and I noticed it. Like he went non-verbal. I hear the doom music playing.
The doom music was indeed playing. And the worst part is, I don't even think, were we even able to extract
that mission?
I think we were on that one.
That one we did. It was the next one where it went full on last mission of Halo. Okay, I have to give one like complaint. I was talking about it last night. I know the higher difficulties, and I know technically we were playing on fucking suicide mission.
Yeah,
so
it definitely was a suicide mission.
But I do have a few complaints on some of the objectives and how they work. It's like, so I went to the command tower a few times, and I don't know in specific about the drilling missions that you have to constantly click it. And I think you do, but I don't know why you have to do that so many times in order to pass when you have to deal with that many enemies. Not to mention, I genuinely think the seed that we got last was really bad.
Oh my gosh.
Not only did the fucking seismic scanner or whatever, or I don't know what the technical name of it was in like a choke point where behind us was a lake that we were just instantly dying.
Basically just on a peninsula surrounded by acid water.
Yeah.
And so we were just like stuck, and this was the final mission, so we literally just had to get this done, and it didn't matter if we extracted, because then we just completed it. But like literally we were just stuck at that point. Like Alex said, it was a choke point, just stuck, having to just fend off a million bots, and they were dropping in so fast
and close.
Like I have never seen the ships fly in 2 at a time, drop off bots, fly off, just have another 2 ships come in to drop off more.
Yeah.
It is just ridiculous. And we basically had no items that could kill them without also killing ourselves.
I'm looking back at it in my head, and I'm like, I watched a couple like videos, like just to be like, what's the meta? Like, not like getting really like nerdy about it, but I'm like, what should you technically use against like bots? And it's just like, damn, it's a Corvette. You're technically supposed to use the marksman rifle, but I'm like, in that scenario, right? Mm-hmm. Being in a choke point like that, I think we were set up to lose.
We pretty much were.
I was like, there's no...
Because...
Like, I was thinking about it, like, it was CJ not pulling his weight, but I'm like, no, it wouldn't have made any sense. There's
like,
nothing...
He couldn't do anything.
No grenades would have been able to kill those guys fast enough. I can only kill one Hulk at a time. And I'm just like, there's no fucking way. There's literally no shot.
It was actually, like... We're pretty much just destined to die there.
Yeah.
Because even then, in my final breaths, I was able to get the last button press off. And all we needed to do was survive 10 seconds for the mission to be over. And when it switched to Alex's screen for me to spectate, there were so many of the stupid berserker ones where they have the chainsaw hands. Mm-hmm. There were so many of those that he literally didn't have breathing room.
No, I couldn't.
Like, he could not do anything.
Even though my classical just start dolphin diving.
Because it only takes 2 hits from them to kill you. So literally, with there being like 10 of those guys, plus the whole ridge around us was just armed with the stupid rocketeers, there was nothing we could do to survive that last 10 seconds. But we should have still been able to, like, that mission should have still been called complete, because we did the last thing that needed to be done.
Yeah. No, I think another thing too, bots are able to I remember the hell bombs.
The hell bomb.
No. It's kind of weird. Some of those missions are a little bit funky in how they operate, because like on a technicality, I think we should have passed, because I was able to do the last thing. I just died. So it's just all like, what are they gonna do? It's kind of weird. Also, some of the objectives being wait time based is kind of dumb. Most of them are. Mm-hmm. In reality, it's kind of a smoke and mirrors thing where it's like most of the objectives are just the same. Except for the seismic ones, you have to constantly repeat it.
Yeah, that's what sucks about the seismic ones. Like those ones are actually just awful, because the seismic ones are always are in a little tiny corridor where you're having to press these buttons, and as soon as you start that mission, a billion enemies starts getting dropped onto that position. Yeah. So you're just pinned. Like every time we were trying to do one, just on all sides, it was just there's nothing we could do. Yeah, no, it was really dumb in retrospect. Like, fun game, just really bad scenario. I just genuinely don't know how we were supposed to beat that. I really love Helldivers, but I hope getting back into Monster Hunter, because I think I told it on the podcast, Behemoth kind of killed my Monster Hunter experience. Yeah. I hate that in games where there's like a really specific criteria to beat something, and it's just like, in specific moments, it's impossible. It really, really is. And I've beat I've beat Elden Ring, I've beat Dark Souls, and like I keep on thinking back on Behemoth, and I'm like, was I just in the last stages of me being a child and not being able to fully utilize my brain to its max capacity to beat a certain boss, or was that boss just really overpowered? It's really overpowered, because like I said, we went back there after beating the DLC and having master rank armor, and he was still one-shotting us.
That's so dumb, dude.
It's like, how are you supposed to beat this normally?
No idea.
Like, you actually have to, like, cheese it. That's how Isaac ended up beating it, is he cheesed the way the game works, is he was able to, like, chip off all the parts off of it while it was alive, and then when he'd collect those, he was able to get enough to make its armor, so he'd be resilient to all of its stuff.
That's on some Batman shit.
He was basically prep timing it. That was literally what he did, and that was the only way he was able to beat it.
That's really, really dumb. I just wanted the little, like, animal that you got with it, and I never did, and it makes me upset.
I wish I got to the DLC on Rise, because I don't know if they have anything that ridiculous on Rise. So I didn't get to beat Rise either. I just didn't get the time.
You don't really beat those games. You just kind of play it until, like, a certain point. No. This is how it works. There's a point
where you fight. There is, like, a beating, though, because you do fight, like, the strongest monster on the game.
Yeah, but then after that, it's all, like, a whole bunch of cheese where it's like you have to defeat 3 elder dragons. And, like, I remember seeing some of those events, and I'm like, dude, it takes me... this might be because I was playing on 4-player. I know there's a difference. I know there's a massive difference between solo and, like, party, where it's all like, how the fuck do you expect me to fight 3 elder dragons solo?
No, yeah, I think that was actually impossible.
Like, I was like, what the fuck?
Those missions in particular are actually impossible by yourself. But when we'd split off, like, two hunters go after one, 2 hunters go after the other, we're able to get those done pretty easy.
Yeah, I really want to do. I'm so happy they're bringing it. It's cross-platform now.
Oh my gosh, it's so. Literally, I don't know why.
God, the game. I forgot I have RAM. The game's gonna look so fucking good. I can run it on high.
Because I just don't get why cross-platform just isn't a thing for everything. Like, it just makes more sense. Because of course I'm gonna get it on Xbox because me and Colby game share. So we can, just me buying it makes it so we can both play it. But then it's like, that just cuts me off from everybody who I know is going to get it on PC or PlayStation.
Yeah.
But now that they have it cross-platform, baby, we are going to be hunting.
No. I saw maybe like one trailer. There's a point with me, like, I don't want to, like, fully see it all.
Yeah, that's how I am too.
I'm like, because Monster Hunter World was so fucking good.
Dude, that was like a surprise for me, because I'd never, like, I played 1 on the 3DS, but it was like, I didn't get it, so, like, we weren't able to beat the Kulu Yaku. But when World came out, like, I literally...
That guy's a dick!
What is he doing?
No, this is we'll flip the game. No, don't actually. No, but, like, on this road specific,
people drive so dumb.
Oh no.
People actually drive so stupid on this road.
I don't get it too. It's because, like, okay.
Wait, which one is this? Is this 17?
Is it 17? I think it's 17. So I want to complain real quick to the camera, just because we're driving.
Yeah.
So, like, in specific, when driving, so this guy passed these 2 cars in front of me, right? So you would think, right, because you pass these 2 cars, you're going to save a lot of time. No, it's not how it works.
Don't save any time.
Mathematically speaking, you are saving seconds. Not even, like, useful seconds. It's seconds you're going to end up wasting throughout the day doing something fucking random. So it's like passing 2 cars that are going slow. Mind you, I'm going 60. That's the speed limit here. Trying to do the speed limit on camera correctly so the cops don't find me.
To be fair, I don't think they could possibly tell how fast you're going.
You'd be shocked. Somebody would be able to fucking tell because the window's right next to right here.
Measurements of the window.
Due to the fact that you were going that fast and the blur of certain cars were going, like, they'd be, I don't know, something with math here to bring on the distance of these people going by me, they'd figure it out. Some bullshit like that if you're really being nerdy about it. But regardless of that, passing over cars, it doesn't save you time. It really doesn't.
It does not.
You save seconds. Now, if there's a long-ass line and then you proceed to go from, like, 20 to 60, you'll save minutes. But, like, in a scenario like that, you're not going to do shit. You're not going to do shit.
Especially, he was passing them on a curve, too.
Yeah.
It was a curved road, so, like, literally, if somebody's coming, he would have had no idea.
He's still in view, too. Like, if I were to fucking go kick it to 80, I'd catch up to him.
I don't get it. I truly don't understand why people have to do stuff like that.
So interesting because I can talk about the environment next to me. Everything is brown.
It's very brown. Here, you guys wanna look at the...
Oh, he DDoSed us. He DDoSed us. We're fucked.
They don't know where we live.
They can just tell by the clouds, Caleb.
I mean, we live in Washington. We've told them that multiple times. Yeah. It's not like...
We've also said the radio you used to work at.
And we literally said the city we live in. Yeah. Unless we said our actual address, I don't think it we've been DOSed.
Real. Well, anyway, back to Monster Hunter World.
It's a good game.
I want to play it, man.
I'm ready.
It's at the end of the month, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
Literally...
Like the 30th?
There's no 30 days in February. This is 28th.
I fucking hate that. Yesterday was the 31st. There's no 30. I hate the months without 30s. It pisses me off. Because I feel like, am I dumb? There's like another 2 days in this month, right? No.
It's easy to remember if you remember the Calendar Man's poem.
There's a Calendar Man's poem?
You don't remember that in Arkham?
I don't like the Calendar Man. I don't even think I finished his mission quest.
It is just like a random side mission, so I don't know how many people actually did, unless you were like completing the game.
No, I didn't. I never completed any of the Batman games like that. I played them, but never like that.
I still need to play fully through them.
Oh, my brother did. My brother loves going back to
They're so
games.
good.
I wanna. It's gonna be so addicting swinging the long katana again, man. I was a Dual Blades fan, but there's just something swinging the big old Sephiroth sword, and it's just neat.
I think there's another beta next weekend. But I'm like, do I want to play the beta, or do I just want to save all the savory goodness for when the game actually comes out?
I think I'm just gonna wait till the game actually comes out. I hope it gets... I really have high expectations for that game, because I really don't have any other games I'm really looking forward to.
Look at the horsies!
Horkies!
Actually, that one looks like a mule.
No, there is a mule in that one. I think there's a
couple mules.
Yeah, there's a couple mules and donkeys. Those guys have been there since, like 20 years old.
This is like the first time I've seen horses there. I usually see cows.
Yeah, on that side, yeah, I think the guy who owns it owns both sides.
This is a very... agricultural area. It's just all farmland.
Yeah, most of it is.
Crazy. Also, just speaking on people, on the possibility of people doxing us, like, do you really think anybody cares that much to be like, this is where they drove? If we were on Markiplier levels, maybe, but
that I would understand.
I don't think we'll ever garner a fan base that will genuinely care where in the world we are.
Where are they? I like my subscribers. I just really hope I keep it how it is right now. I hope maybe to get a little bit more out of them, like members and stuff. Mm. But past that, I really don't want the Tumblr crowd.
You guys stay away.
It's just, well, hold on there. I'm not that cool. I don't want to develop a parasocial relationship.
Yeah.
Because that just seems really...
There's really no point
freaky
either anymore.
Yeah.
Like, in the past when YouTube was smaller, it made sense to have that close of a relationship with your fans. Mm-hmm. Or especially with given how some people make their content. But now it's just you really don't need to do that.
No. It's really, really dumb.
And most people, I don't think when they discover a new YouTuber, I don't think they really.
I'm now going to make my entire personality about you.
Yeah. Except there are those weird people who still do that.
Yeah, I.
Also, the fact that Mr. Beast is still just fine.
It's because he's too big.
Is he actually too big to fail?
Yeah. The only way he'd end up failing would be if he actually did I know the pedophilia stuff and the people around, he himself on a technicality hasn't done anything wrong
that we know of.
That
has been proven.
The company, yes, not him himself.
That has been proven.
Yeah. So it'd be he'd actually have to murder someone to fail.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But it seems like businesses seem to not care, but a lot of other YouTubers seem to really care.
Yes.
Like they're like, I don't think we like this guy anymore.
Yeah, I think after the event, I don't think he's really done any team up with anybody.
Except for KSI and...
That's just a bad crowd. I won't even lie. KSI has always kind of been a dummy.
Yeah.
He's not, it's really weird to say this, but he's successful for like all the wrong reasons. I loved his videos back in the day. Funny guy, but as a full-grown man now, looking back at his actions, I'm all like, you do this only for the benefit of like success. Like I genuinely think if you were to actually have like a one-on-one conversation, like a really like you try to have like an intellectual one and like try to figure out who he is or like figure out the circumstances behind his success, it's really just I got really famous on YouTube because of the British, personality craze, and most of my decisions basically boiled down to like, I make money. I teamed up with Logan Paul for the stunt of Prime to make money.
Yeah.
And X, Y, and Z. Like that's all it really is.
That's what sucks too about the platform is it's usually people like that who end up blowing up.
Yeah.
Like people who don't actually care about making something worthwhile.
No, because you look at JJ and what this is how you can compare it. Not saying it's bad, no, maybe bad like artsy wise, but like if you compare Mark to KSI, it's like KSI continuously makes like Reddit videos, or it's like he's not really doing anything. Like he makes music, and don't get me wrong, it's okay. I know everybody flamed him for his last track, but like sometimes I'd be like, everybody know, like I'd sing it because I thought it was like catchy meme wise, but like past that, it's just like you don't really do anything on YouTube. You make very...
It doesn't try anything new.
Yeah, it's very boring. Like, sure, the music is all cool, but it's like, in the long term, is that really going to be what you do? Like, he's broken out into it. I think I'll be fair and say, like, he's really broken that curse of, can X YouTuber get out of that sphere? Yeah, he's done that. I won't argue that.
In a sense, he has. Like, he has success in that.
Yeah, but like...
Even if it's not great, but I think there's a lot of actual musicians who don't have great music either who are still making music.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's like you found yourself in that space, you can do it, but like you're not it. You're not...
No.
I can tell you so many indie bands are like, wow, you guys genuinely need people because like you guys are so, like you guys are good. I was fucking listening to Japanese and fucking like I'd play it if I could, but like kind of like punk-esque bands. I'm like, dude, this is some pretty good music.
I went to a local Battle of the Bands a couple months ago, and it was genuinely fun. Like listening to, I think, if I could speak words, going and listening to like startup bands and like indie bands.
Oh, that shit's awesome.
Is so worth your while.
Can I tell you probably one of my very few regrets?
What's your few regret?
I wish I did go to college only to find the underground music scene. That I saw a video on Instagram and my heart immediately my music part of me went, fuck. I didn't think about that. Yeah. And now I just go, shit.
I mean, I could probably you don't have to be in college to go to those.
Yeah, but it's like a college experience to just be like a bunch of young people just in the garage, just like, not pretending to be punk, but you're like, I don't know how to say it. Like, you want to change the world, but you know you really can't feeling. So you just sit in that garage with like 50 odd people and you just fucking mash out riffs. It's just that's cool. I wish I was there for that, but for me, I've had different experiences. I was in YouTube circles and stuff, which is cool still, but like just to be in one of those just little spots would have been really, really cool. I love going to live music.
It's good, but I definitely will say, going to that Battle of the Bands, somehow already I felt like an old man going to one of those because everybody there was like the young people, like the people first starting college and stuff. So I was like, oh man, wait a minute.
You hit you're 21. Should you be at this college party? Or you're 23.
I'm 20. 23 almost.
Should you be here?
Wait a minute, these guys are all like in their teens.
Yeah, these are 18 to like 20 or 21.
Because I think there's a lot of running start kids too, so like they're actual like high schoolers.
That's
so like Kai and CJ knew who the people were. And I was with Colby as one of the old guys. So I was like, wait a minute.
At that point, what you should do, if you really do want that music, I know you don't like bars and stuff, but bars do that.
They do. They absolutely do.
There's older groups you can do that. When Fry brought that up, I know we'll go back to the KSI thing, but we're going on tangents. But when Fry brought that up, where he's like, a bunch of old guys just come to play music at this bar.
It's cool.
I want
That's
that.
cool.
I want to go do that. I just want to.
That's genuinely one of the only reasons I'd go into that kind of environment. Well, one of the two. Live music, gambling. Gambling.
Caleb, I'll never drink. Gambling though.
But gambling, don't do it.
But if you can.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun in the way that I know that I can possibly control myself.
Real.
Look, as long as I have an Alexis by me to tell me when I need to stop.
Real.
I think that's fun.
So going back to the KSI thing and Markiplier thing, it's just like we see what Mark does.
Yeah.
He puts effort into his videos. You can clearly tell he wants his editors to be funny to like a higher degree. And then the whole movie thing, and he's like made. You can tell before YouTube. I think almost in a weird way. I think I'm also paralleling that in an odd way because I've been writing like and like at a much higher amount than I previously was. Or like at one point with YouTube, you really want to do something else creatively.
Oh yeah.
And you see Mark back with like YouTube Red and like those premium shows where he was doing that, and then with the whole like. I don't know, how do you describe his like playlist thing where it's like you pick your own adventure stuff?
I think it would just be that.
Yeah.
Choose your own adventure series.
And like that takes some fucking dedication and a lot of time. Because you're just making up plot lines, multiple plot lines at once. Not only is that a lot of work, but then you have to record that, pay people to do that, and X, Y, and Z. That's a lot of work. And even for like a YouTuber at his level with that much money, that's still a lot of money to throw at for something you don't know that's gonna like give you a lot back. And thinking about it now with the whole YouTube Red stuff, I don't really think it did, because all those premium like videos just stopped, and now YouTube Premium is just for like you can get a movie for free or like get ads for free, which I think is good, and you also get like YouTube Music. I think overall YouTube Premium is probably one of the best services, but no one's gonna admit that, because it's always like YouTube bad because ad, and it's like you guys are really dumb. Like you have infinite content, right? And all you have to do is watch an ad. You don't even have to watch it. Just mute the bitch.
I mean, most of them are skippable anyway.
Yeah, I don't really get that.
The only thing about it is it just becomes an inconvenience for me at some point, because I watch on like my Xbox, and I'll be like, oh, I have to turn my controller back on just to skip this ad.
Yeah.
But like, other than that, it's not that bad. The ones that are bad though are the ads that show up on streaming services that you pay for. Yeah, that one's bad. Like, I think it's Amazon and Hulu, which I canceled my Amazon. Real. But on Hulu, they'll still show you ads, despite the fact that Amazon would show you ads for stuff that you bought. Like, I'd buy a movie and I'd still have to watch an ad before watching that movie. Yeah, and then Hulu, you pay a subscription for that, and they still make you watch ads before you watch any movie. YouTube still is it killed TV, and it is still on top of streaming. Honestly, that's all I watch is like YouTube videos, because it's still free. I'm still getting the same experience that I was promised years ago, pretty much. Yep. The only problem is I've been having to branch outside of the content creators that I subscribe to, because I haven't been posting as much as I've been having free time to watch YouTube. My favorite hobby, I count it as a hobby,
is to find some fuck-ass videos sometimes.
I've been watching a lot of like essay videos.
Oh yeah.
Like I watched a few on Majora's Mask.
Essay video on teacher making me make an essay and hearing other people's essay videos. 4 long hour essay video on random game I've never played.
And you know,
impeccable.
That was the stuff in school that I actually really enjoyed doing.
Oh no, I did too. Like when it was an interesting subject, I'd go crazy. I like to write, but it's just like when it was boring and it really doesn't give you any substance, it's ass.
Yeah. But like in English class, when we do like those, like where we have to like make a play and stuff, I was like, oh man, this is the best. This is literally my bread and butter.
Oh yeah.
Like I was like first draft pick when it came to stuff like that, because I was literally on top of things when it came to those assignments.
Yeah, because you can just be slapstick. It's like it doesn't actually matter of the quality of the writing, as long as it's funny, it works. I like doing those too, but my technical brain would start going like crazy and be like, oh, what can we do here? Because that's what I'm doing, like writing my story, where it's just like I got Google Docs in front of me, I'm writing, and on my second monitor, I got 3 different tabs of what I got Spotify, I got Obsidian with all my my world building notes, and then like either videos playing about like how to properly make a story, or just like tips just playing in the background while I'm writing. And I won't even lie, it's like you think it's probably overstimulating, but sometimes I'll be writing and I'm like, I don't really know where to expand on this, and the video will say something, I'll pause it and be like, genius, and I start going off.
But see, that's the difference between like writing something that actually matters to you and something that you just want to put out for random. Because like when it comes to something that I actually want to write that's actually serious, I'll take so much time into writing that. Like I'm still in the process of writing some of the stories that I want to write. But when it came to stuff like simple like school, like I could still put out like a really good deep story, but like when it came to like the plays and stuff, it was always just, I think it was more fun for everyone involved to just do like the funny stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because then everybody can just kind of do whatever they want. Like there's not pressure on people to actually like try very hard when you do it the funny way.
Yeah.
Because a good portion of the class, you'll find, unless you're in a class full of drama kids, don't really want to participate in that kind of stuff.
I find it, so this is guess my like an old man take. This is my first old man take. I really find it, and I can probably guess why, like disheartening that like a lot of people just don't like to participate in that stuff.
Yeah.
Or like at least like be in the crowd to watch.
Because that stuff, it's fun.
Yeah, it's just stupid humor.
Yeah.
And stuff. And I know 2 reasons why. One, the system we currently live in, I'm not trying to get political, the current system we live in does not promote just having fun like that. And at least back in school and in certain environments, some people just don't want to be there. So by proxy, because I've felt that sometimes where somebody asked me to go somewhere and I'm just like, man, I don't want to fucking be here. And like it completely kills the mood of everybody around because one person's not participating. Straight up Marvel rival style, like
pretty much
games mimicking life. It's like if you have one teammate that's fucking it up, it fucks up the whole team. So it's something like that. So I always looked around in the crowd. Well, I remember in Bigwood's class, right? I look around in the crowd and I'm just all like, half these people are just fucking just here, dude. They're not even like, like straight up, like I'm not trying to get like 4channy in terms of my like dialogue here, but like they're just bots. They're NPCs. I'm like, what are we doing?
Honestly, kinda, but like I think it's part of the mentality.
Yeah.
Is like a lot of people don't know how to make the best of like a situation that they find themselves in. Yeah. Because genuinely, I don't think anybody wanted to be there.
I won't lie, that's a skill. That's a very hard skill.
Like, I for one definitely did not want to be there ever. And if I had a reason to not be at school, I would take that reason to not be there.
Real.
But the fact is that there would be times where it's like, this breaks away from the normal mundane thing that we do every day. I'm excited that we're doing something different.
This school day has plot.
This day has plot, so I'm gonna have fun enjoying it even though the majority of the time I'm not enjoying it, there are times where something happens that's slightly enjoyable, and I will take that and run with it, because what else am I going to do other... If I don't do that, then I'm just miserable.
Yeah, like, it's really dumb.
I think it's just a dumb mindset to have, to be like, I don't want to be here at all, so I'm not going to do anything ever, and anything associated with this, I'm going to be miserable with. Because that's just... You're not proving a point to anybody. You're just making yourself miserable.
Yeah, it's really... It's
that weird teenage brain.
Yeah.
We're old men. Those dang teenagers.
Oh.
But I was there, which saying that makes me sound old too. But I remember, but like, it's just one of those things where you just have to be like, I'm here and I don't want to be, but you know what? I might as well try to make the best of it, because what else am I going to do other than be here, because I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Because like that's why I always just be cracking jokes and stuff, because it's like,
this place
why
sucks.
not? It sucks being here, but I mean, I might as well
I try
have
to make
fun.
the most out of it. I try to. That's why I think I was so like funny about high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like I try to like. I think I was just a big time daydreamer back then. I still am, but not as much, because I'm doing things I enjoy now.
Yeah.
I really do. Nat was saying it the other day. I really appreciate her words sometimes, where it's just like, they're cool, man. Like, you made it like your like hobby, your thing, and I'm like, it is pretty cool. And I'm looking back at like my ad revenue. I'm like, you know what? Statistically, in terms of times the current America, this isn't good money. But if this was like 2009, I'd be doing amazing.
But like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. That was just always something that frustrated me in school.
Yeah.
And another thing too is to keep in mind is I always try to keep the teachers involved too, because they need a little fun in their day. Like, they're miserable too.
Oh no, they were all bad. Like, socially looking at it back then, now it's just like, God, man.
Like,
we were sad back then and we're sad now.
The separation that for some reason pops up between students and teachers is kind of sad if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's like, there are some teachers that genuinely just suck, and I don't think that's just them being cruel to kids. I think that's just them.
You always have a bad worker.
As a person.
A teacher in a school district is a worker.
Yeah, they're just an employee.
Yeah.
Who just, some people just aren't people.
Yeah.
But like, then there's like the teachers who are like genuinely trying.
Bigwood and Mrs. Robertson, man.
Those are two big examples of teachers who genuinely tried.
Yeah.
And it would make me so sad when I'd see people just be mean to them.
Oh no, I hated it.
It's like, why? They're trying to make something fun out of your day.
At that time, we saw Bigwood though, randomly fucking at Leprechaun.
Mm-hmm.
That moment will stick out to me, man. I was so happy showing him my YouTube channel. I'm like, no, man, your fucking English, your whole thing, like, is one of the biggest thing. Is one of the reasons why I was able to pursue the thing I did here. I think without him, I might not have become that.
Because he like, so, I don't know the exact words, but he could like set the groundwork for you to be able to like actually enjoy.
It wasn't English.
Looking into that stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't English. It was just experiencing like literature, and I guess in a broader sense, just an activity or learning something that was cool. And I constantly do see it online, like on TikTok and sometimes on Twitter, where it's all like, after school, like after you're done with it, if you're not wanting to learn something new, there's probably something wrong with you. To me, I don't think that's a crazy take, because it's right. The stagnation, I look at my dad sometimes, I'm like, are you doing anything new? Like, genuinely trying to learn something? And no. But my mother, on the other hand, is reading a lot more books and is now like, she's in her hobby and craft phase now. She's made her own whole like logging journal, fully customized. I'm like, whoa, Mom, what the fuck?
Wait a minute.
So she's she's learning stuff.
I genuinely think and this might just because it's on my mind from one of the essay videos I watched, but I think that specifically is a like in high school terms, that's like a society social order thing. Like you didn't want to like do anything that was deemed outside the realm of what made you popular or cool.
Yeah, the
normality. When you get out of high school, it genuinely becomes like
the meta. You have to fucking do something.
Like the people who don't do that are either, if they're men, I'm pretty sure it has something to do with toxic masculinity.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But when it comes to like women, it's like a weird thing that they've like, for some reason they feel like they have to act what is deemed as an adult.
Hold on. I gotta channel my inner Nat. She has the answer to your question. It's
not even a question. I was giving an answer.
No. To add upon the answer, it's all just the patriarchy. It's like
it's so dumb.
Guys, not toxic masculinity. It's the ruling class putting down certain ideals down the pipeline to where it affects the normal man to where he can't do anything outside that norm.
Yeah.
And then because of that, by proxy, women can't do anything by that. And that goes for most races. You can eventually start trickling it down into like social circles, and you can like hold on. I'm gonna go down this tangent. I love learning about black culture. It is one of my favorite hobbies, going like watching FD Signifier's videos and just being like him explaining, yeah, the reason why black rich men do the things they do is because they want to be white. And I just go, that is so simple, and the fact that I didn't think about that pisses me off.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the reason why P. Diddy does that is because he wants to be like one of the rich white guys in Hollywood and just in the music industry. I'm like, oh, that's why he's a prick. And the whole like the diddler thing is just, it's not that he, it's weird it's really weird saying this on video and trying to explain it. The reason why he was the diddler wasn't because he was wanting to have sex with men or women or X, Y, and Z. It's just for the power trip.
Yeah.
It's all for power. So eventually when you look at it like that and down the pipeline, it's like, oh, no wonder some people can't enjoy like a little hobby or do things or read a comic book or just, enjoy some just random things. It's because somebody's gonna judge them. I can guarantee you now, right? So during this trip, off recording, but on our way back, I'll explain it. So that will be within like 2 to 3 hours from now. We're gonna I'm gonna end up getting supplies for this Warhammer little thing I want to do because I think it's fun. It's cool to make like stuff up, and I can guarantee you, my brother or my dad is gonna be like, "Really, you're painting toys?" And it's just like, you dumb motherfucker. I want to paint these toys.
I want to do a craft, and who's gonna stop me?
It's exactly. It's just I want to paint these little guys, put them in a little diorama, and be like, wow, I made a little war scene within this fictional universe for funsies.
And like, why should anybody care what you're spending your free time doing?
Yeah, because then I look back at my dad and I critique him. I'm like, dude, you spent $13,000 on a ride. My brother did the same thing. He spent even more. I'm like, you're gonna ride it how many times a year? At least with the minis, I can look at them, I can touch them, I can then reuse them and stuff, and like I could do a whole myriad of things with it. And it's just like, you bought the ride for very minuscule amount of things and just to look cool with your friends. But you look back down at the patriarchy, it's just like, did you really do that because you found it fun, or did you do it because
everybody else around you found it fun? Yeah. It's the same thing with another thing I was watching about like Disney. It's like it's a weird and stupid like social norm that's been created that like demonizes people for watching animations.
That pisses me off.
It's like, why are you demonizing an animation? Like, anybody can watch it. That's the reason why they exist.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's not like I'm watching a baby show. It's not like that's what you're watching. And even then, like with Bluey, it's like, if you're enjoying it with your children, it's still a very, like, they have very deep plots in those episodes that it's like, if somebody finds enjoyment in that, then of course let them watch that.
The clip, so I found myself looking at that, right? Because I was wondering what Bluey was, I went down a few clips. I'm like, oh, it's like a kids show. It's like it's fine. It's colorful. And then it gets to the sister who can't have kids. I'm like, this is a kids TV show. This is a plot to Grey's Anatomy. What are we doing here?
Or like, there's like entire episodes dedicated to like the kids like obliviousness to how much their dad actually loves them.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. That's one of the deepest plot lines I've ever seen, just nonchalantly brought up in a kids show.
It's crazy.
It
genuinely is.
I just don't get why it's demonized so much, because like animated Disney movies, that's like seeming to go away now, or at least original ones are going away in favor of just live action stuff.
I know some people get it's part of weird fandoms, but I'm happy that like at least 3D animation, at least now I can say with confidence that some 3D animation and some 2D animation is not as demonized, and a lot of people look at it more seriously. I know within Warhammer, motherfuckers fiend for a show. They desperately want one, and with Astartes 2 coming out, and it being like an official thing by like Games Workshop, people are like, holy shit. And like seeing the amount of work and effort people just do into like almost a near mute 3D animation is genuinely insane. The amount of work that goes into something like that, I can't diss on people who say like 3D animation is different from 2D, because it's like, dude, the amount of work that goes into it's insane. Just the lighting tricks you have to do in order to sell something is insane, because not only do you have to worry about the psychology of it, you also have to make it look good. So it can't just be, oh, it's red because, anger. It has to be red, and there's a little bit of blue. And then, like, it shows particularly on his face at this angle to emphasize something subconsciously that might not work on everybody. So it's like, there's so much to it, and like it genuinely sucks. Not a lot of people appreciate it, but within small circles it is, and that makes me happy.
But it's like it's still I feel like it's still generally like seen as a lesser platform for the general audiences, because like Transformers 1,
God, that was
so
a kid's
good.
Movie. That was like a kid's movie.
I think a lot of people didn't watch it and like wrote it off simply because it was just an animation. Yeah. Like, and it's like movies like that are so much more than what medium they're being shown through.
I can guarantee you, if Hasbro had the balls, and if I knew about the plot and I was the director, I'd be like, take away all the colorful colors.
But even then, the colorful colors are what made that movie as an animation so good. That's what I like too. But like for like a more serious audience, because that's what you have to do. Like in the grander casual sense, you have to drip feed it down their throats before they go, wait a minute, I can enjoy the colorful colors. So you have to kind of like. But at least in terms of that movie, I would have made stuff look a little bit more serious. But then, like, you look at Marvel movies, and that's like one of the biggest complaints that were there for a while was every color was just muted. Yeah. Like, just the muted colors are bad.
But the thing is general audiences like that.
Do they, though? Because I feel like when Deadpool and Wolverine came out, the extremely bright colors brought a lot of people in.
It's weird. I don't know if it's standard practice, but you have to remember, the internet talking about it is not as big as you think it is. That's a thing that a lot of people recently just kind of figured it out.
The money talks, though.
That is true.
The audience is going to watch that movie were genuinely an extremely large amount.
I think though about that movie though, you have to remember, it just wasn't the colors. It was Ryan Reynolds. It was Deadpool. It was funny.
You look at something like Everything Everywhere All at Once is not a muted movie, and people really liked going and watching that one, and it's genuinely like praised for what it did.
Yeah, you know what makes me sad about that movie though? I remember my uncle, my dad were watching it, and they're like, "What's this movie about?" And I go, I hate that you two claim to be the smartest fuckers in the room, and you couldn't understand this movie. And it's not even a hard plot. It's just, mom wants to do everything, but she can't. and by proxy of it, some people in her life are getting hurt for it, and you need to like figure it out.
Yeah.
It's like a basic idea of what you can gather from that movie, and the fact that they didn't do that, God, it irks the fuck out of me.
It's like I feel like with certain movies, like whoever's directing it or like doing like the color coordination for that, I don't think they know how to articulate what kind of story they're trying to tell. Because like Marvel movies should be colorful.
Oh yeah.
And like anything based on like colorful characters should be colorful. But then when it's like something like serious and you're like trying to draw a serious tone, you should have the muted colors.
It's why Berserk works. I don't think Berserk in color works, and I think that the sketchiness of Miura's art when doing guts like pulls people in. That's why Dark Souls works. It's like they don't have colors, but fuck, it looks cool.
Because isn't that just like the point of like the aesthetic of the game though? Is it's like a dead world, so of course it's gonna be more muted because it's dead.
Yeah, but it works. Like you don't, and then
that's why it works, because that's the what kind of environment they're trying to convey. Because like if Kirby had that, it wouldn't work because Kirby's not supposed to look like that.
Yeah, Kirby's pink.
Kirby's supposed to be a very colorful, bright world.
Yeah.
That's fun and happy. That has eldritch horrors hiding within.
Yeah.
But then like, because like it'd be very different too if like Red Dead was super bright and colorful. Like that wouldn't work.
That one's just normal color.
Like it's supposed to emulate realism, so they're gonna have it look as real and close to real colors that you'd see as possible.
Yeah. But GTA, I think GTA is more colorful.
So going back to Transformers, is like it was bright and colorful, but like if it was a live action movie, a lot more people probably would have gone and watched that, simply because it's not like, oh, you're going to watch a cartoon.
I saw a future dictator rip a senator in half. This is a children's movie. And like, a child's not gonna understand the political themes.
I'm genuinely curious how that new Looney Tunes movie's gonna do.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, like, there's the Porky Pig and Daffy Duck movie, fully 2D animated, that's coming out in February. I genuinely, well, I guess this month, it is February.
It is February.
But I genuinely want to know how that's gonna do, because not only is it a very 2D, like what those movies used to be, but like I don't really know if that movie knows its target audience either. Because judging by the trailer, like it seems very off.
Yeah.
Whereas like there's something like the Wile E. Coyote movie that genuinely sounded like it had like a really deep plot line.
Or the Popeyes movie.
Or the Popeye movie.
God, like, that pisses me off.
I genuinely think there's a lot of self-sabotaging, or not self-sabotaging, but like corporate sabotage.
Yeah.
When it comes to like animation, because I don't think that's what they want to work.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't know what they want. Like I
don't either.
I have to go into like a political, not political, like a social science
societal.
Of it, where it's like, what do we want in unison? I think there's just disconnect everywhere.
There is, because going back to the whole Disney thing where this all started, Disney is pumping out these, like, it's literally all about, like, they're playing the numbers game.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it's all about. Is Disney is putting out all these live action remakes because they know that they have a hard, dedicated fan base who just wants to re-experience all the stuff that they experienced watching the first time. And they're like, ooh, it's a live-action version of the movie I watched as a child that really made me happy. Time to go watch this movie. That's gonna be.
He's on a strike. He's my butt.
That's gonna be a lesser version of the movie that existed back when I was a child, when I could just watch the animated version of that. But no, you can't, because you're an adult now, and society says you can't watch animations. But that's why people are still watching these movies, because they feel like they want to like these characters, but they want to like it on a way that feels socially accepted.
I think at least If there was a way to describe so far the 20s, it's contradiction and disconnect. If there was if all the decades with America have like a theme, I want to say that's at least that's not the 2010s. The 2010s were like a bright, colorful meme. The 20s are like the depressing reality that's not
the 2010s basically fed into ideas that led to corporations thinking what they think that we want, but they're not actually giving us the products that we actually want.
It's like
because here's what I think is a big reason why a lot of stuff's being faced the way that they are. Is I don't think children are even being considered a target audience anymore.
They're not.
Simply because of how YouTube has morphed how children consume media, which I think in itself is a bad thing.
That and in the 2000s, you couldn't advertise to kids anymore. That also plays probably a pretty big factor.
Which is crazy because they found the loopholes when it came to YouTube Kids and stuff. There's an extreme loophole now with that because now kids are buying they want garbage products just because their favorite YouTuber is telling them to buy it now. It's honestly, in a way, it's scary and it's sad at the same time because it's we used to have really good children's media coming out all the time, but now that children are literally glued to their iPads and stuff, we're not getting that same content. Because even with games, they're not really making games geared towards the younger audience anymore.
Or for fun. They're just all super serious.
Outside of Nintendo, I don't think there's anything geared towards a young audience that they can easily get into because the kids all have these easy games now that they can get into, like Minecraft, which I think Minecraft's a fine game. But at some point, the kid has to go outside of that realm of Minecraft and experience other games or other media.
When they stop making what's the fucking game where all the rappers start fighting each other?
Def Jam.
When they stop making Def Jam, that's when society went down.
And Def Jam is definitely a game that is impossible to make anymore. Yeah, it's genuinely, you're not even gonna see a remaster of that game simply because the licensing is near impossible to get. But focus. But yeah, it's just sad though, because kids are basically just being catered to just focus on their devices, not actually using any sort of imagination to be able to fully enjoy the stuff that they're seeing.
That's why I kind of want to get into hobbying, because I genuinely want to be all right, kid, this is a paintbrush.
Look at this
paint.
stuff.
You're gonna figure out how this works. Let's actually use that frontal lobe of yours.
I think giving a kid any sort of a phone or iPad is just a detriment to them, because you're not really letting them experience stuff. They're just mindlessly watching a pretty picture on a screen. Which TV was the same, but it was the fact that there was ad breaks that got us to it was the fact that there's ad breaks and the fact that there's at some point going to be a show that we didn't want to watch that would get us off the screen. There's built-in mechanisms that made us not want to keep
unseen consuming. Mechanisms, I'd even argue.
Unseen, I don't think they even thought of those. But growing up, I'd be oh, time to watch SpongeBob, and I'd be watching SpongeBob. And then all of a sudden a show that I didn't like would come on, and I'd be I guess I'm not watching TV anymore. I'll go find something else to do.
I better go find my toys.
Because it's that's just something that's frustrating though. It's kids are just constantly getting that dopamine rush. That they're just constantly getting the stuff that they really enjoy at all times without having to wait for anything. And it's just, I think it's just a detriment to them, because they don't get to have the excitement of, ooh boy, I can't wait for this thing, and being able to be speculating about that stuff, or really like talking about why, or thinking about why they even like that thing.
Yeah. I think I do remember points of like watching Power Rangers or like other shows and just like thinking to myself the plot line or just like why it was cool to me.
Yeah.
And I think this is probably not the greatest example. And my girl was probably gonna be mad at me if she hears this part. But like I look at her brothers, not Juan, but her brother Marcus in specific, and I go, do you use any critical thinking skills? Or like, because like I look at what you do and what you play and like how the current like media format is formatted, and it's just like, do you do anything?
It's not even exclusive to them though either. Like it's how all kids are now.
Oh yeah.
Or at least a good portion of like that generation.
People our age. Like I don't think
a lot of people our age are like that. I genuinely think though, like there has to be like a generational like cutoff, because like after 2003, I'd say that the way that generation is after that is vastly different than anybody in like what's like also considered Gen Z. Like we're somewhere between like Gen Z and millennial, but like that generation's completely different. And I think a lot of the alpha generation is just completely destroyed by the way they were fed media from the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Because like it was all just like instant gratification. They didn't have to like work hard for anything. They didn't have to wait for anything.
We're sounding like boomers.
But it's like, it's true though, because like I said, there was those built-in mechanisms that made you have to get off. Like you had to find other things to do. That's why I have so many hobbies, because I was constantly needing something else to fulfill my time when there wasn't the thing I liked doing to do. That's why I was able to find new things that I like to do, and why I still continue to find new things to do and find new skills.
Yeah. It's kind of weird when you think about it like that. Just the ecosystem that was a part back then and how it's changed.
Because like even now, like built into my mind, I have so many things that I want to do in a day that I have built-in mechanisms that are like, all right, I'll play this game for this much time, but after that I gotta find something else to do, because I can't just play games all day, because there's a lot of other stuff I can do.
Yeah.
Or it's like, when it's the iPad kid thing, where like you have your iPad and you can just sit on that all day. Even with TikTok, I see it with adults, that they can just sit on their phone all day on social media and just scroll. And it's like, you're not really gaining anything out of that. You're not
My mom
experiencing
does that.
life.
But at least I think in her case, she tries to find stimulating things like a book review or book things and stuff. But oh my god, I'm gonna fucking lose it. My dad was sitting on the fucking on the island, just sitting after dinner, right? And I'm overhearing what his fucking phone is blaring at max volume, by the way. No concern of what he's watching, and he's watching something like politically related to Trump, and I'm all like, okay, let's see where this goes.
And
it's one of the content meal, like Trump is saying something, and then like some AI voice is like before it's like, this is what Trump blah blah blah, and my dad's he's needlessly taking it in. I was like, all right, let's see if he comes up with a critical thought, and he goes, I go, yep, we're cooked.
Oh, yep. He did not do any critical thinking. Nope. So maybe it's not a generational thing. Maybe it's just how
it's just intelligence.
Media consumption is now.
Yeah.
Or like maybe intelligence too. Maybe I don't like putting myself on a pedestal. I don't think that's right.
Oh yeah, no.
But like genuinely, I can't argue with the fact that maybe we have we're capable of realizing things that other people don't. Like I said, I don't like saying that stuff because I don't really truly believe it's true. I think everybody has that capability. But like, it's just weird because even my parents now, like my mom is just glued to her phone. And now that she has earbuds, she's like gone. Like me and Colby will try to have conversations with her, and she just will not respond because she's just so deep into whatever she's doing.
My mom does the same thing.
She doesn't even go, She just stares at her phone with her earbuds in, just watching. And it's like,
what did you say?
Dude, Mom, this is bad. You're not actually involved in anything real. You're just on your phone glued. And same with my dad. But like, him is the TV, which I know I just said is like, the TV had built-in mechanisms that made it so you're not glued in. But now that he has like streaming services and stuff, there's absolutely nothing stopping him from consuming an indefinite amount of stuff.
Yeah.
Like potentially that was probably already a problem with him. He's always kind of been like that. So I think that's just probably a mental thing that some people just can get glued to stuff. But it's definitely like apparent with my mom, where she was never like that until she just started doom scrolling.
Doom scrolling's crazy, bro.
Like she genuinely has been disconnected from. Maybe I'm disconnected from reality. I saw that and I was like, I need to shoot my grenade launcher at that.
That's crazy.
Automatons.
It's like,
But like, it was always stuff like that though. Like where I'd see something that I saw in like a movie or a game in real life, and it's like, you make the connections in real life. And it just expands your love for not only going out in the world and experiencing stuff, but also for the games that you play.
So here's my litmus test for actual intelligence. I forget the name because I'm driving right now. I'd Google it if I could, but I'll maybe throw it in post if you ask me for editing this part in. Is the I forgot what it's called, but it's the syndrome where you think you know more than somebody, and then when you're asked questions about it,
you don't know.
And I remember my dad bitching and whining about something political during the debate, and he's just yelling at the TV like it's a sports team, which I can talk. I went down another rabbit hole involving sports, and I want to talk about it. I'll do it later, but it's just like, Dad, you're sitting next to a migrant, an actual migrant, not like your dad and your mom kind of migrate, like you being second generation, you're gonna migrate right here. And my girlfriend was like, oh my God, that was the single dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. I'm like, yeah. Like the moment my dad was like, oh, America's the best. They do all these X, Y, and Z things. I'm like, Dad, most countries do this.
Most countries do that.
What are we talking about? It's like,
oh man, we could get into a whole conversation about all the crap that's been going on political wise, but genuinely I think like, for now, for the conversation we're having, that's aside the point. But I do think that like what we're talking about does play into why the world is the way it is right now, because people are just so glued in on getting that like adrenaline rush from their whatever they're consuming.
Which way do I take to go to Richland? Is it that one?
I think so.
I always get confused.
This road is confusing, but I'm pretty sure it is that one. Because that should take us to the Lions College. Pretty sure.
Always confused. This part always confuses me. Oh, the thing I want to rant about. Multi-exit highway parts that are not very well labeled.
It's almost as if we should stop building more and more lanes and focus on building more and more trains.
God, man. God.
It's so...
I saw somebody like make like a little plan, like this is how I think a railway system would work in the United States, and then somebody in like the Instagram Reels comment section was like, man, we are so fucked, we're daydreaming about railways. Dude, and I went, son of a bitch.
I was genuinely shocked. Like a couple weekends ago, I was watching the playoffs at my aunt's house, and I was just sitting with my uncle, and I don't even remember how we got to this point, but like he just brought up, he was like, you know, and he's older than my dad. He's like, you know, it's genuinely like, he didn't say it like this, but this is basically what he said. He was like, it's stupid that we don't have reliable public transportation like they do in Japan. And I was like, wow, if even my uncle is saying this, that means we genuinely have a problem.
We're cooked.
There's genuinely a problem when now the older generation is saying the exact same thing that we're saying.
In perspective, right? I paid $60 for gas to drive an hour, while in Japan, you can spend...
You can buy a year pass
for that
systems
to drive train all over Japan.
The entire country of Japan you can travel in.
For less than that.
And it's like... I know the reason why. It's just greed.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is.
But it's like, gosh, dude, it's just
The amount of times I've tried to explain to somebody like the ideas of what's happening, and it's just like, no, you're dumb. It's just like, yeah, we're not. You're not even trying.
They genuinely don't want to do the critical thinking.
And my aunt has a really bad thing. I really hated this. I hate how the boomers are able to do it. It's like, everything on the internet's bad. I'm like, there was a period before AI where that wasn't true. Where somebody on Wikipedia, those ancient Wikipedia warriors who would fact check the fuck out of things, godsend. Wherever you are, we need you.
Honestly, I feel like Wikipedia is probably one of the few places now on the internet.
This section or the next one?
This one.
Is it this one?
Yes. I believe so. I know this is how we get to the city center, but I don't exactly remember how to get to Popeyes.
Well, let's go to Target first.
We can go to Target first.
Then go to Popeyes because I need my Google Maps.
My Google. But yeah, it's just so frustrating. But I do genuinely believe that it's the way that media consumption has been brought on to us that has made almost irreparable consequences on how people think. Because people are like scared to try new things. Mm-hmm. At the same time, they're like constantly just doom scrolling on social media apps. Because even the way I see, I'm bouncing all over the place because I've had so many different thoughts about this whole situation.
More than the average person.
But like going back to how kids play games, it's like, I'll see like kids, I won't specify which kids, but these kids will know who they are. But like, I see them just playing games all day. And it's like, yeah, I get it, but it's at the same time, it's like, man, are you really like appreciating like what you're playing if you're not actually like going out in the world and also like experiencing other things? Mm-hmm. It's like, I think that kind of stuff is taken for granted, that like your ability to be able to do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And like trying different things, experiencing new genres, new things in life. Because like just taking, like, this is how I preferred to spend my weekends growing up, is just going out to Tri-Cities and just exploring. Like, there would be weekends where I would spend...
Exploring if it was fun. I hated fucking, like, shopping constantly. I was like, oh my god, this is monotonous.
You don't have to shop.
No. I was forced to.
You were forced to shop.
I did not have an option. I was like, can we, like, go to, like, a park? Never.
Maybe that was the reason why, because I always traveled with my brothers, and there's never really a set thing that we... Like, the set thing was that we were going to eat somewhere, and that was why we came to the Tri-Cities. But, like, it's the fact that, like, for some reason, anything outside the house has been deemed as like monotonous and lame. Mm-hmm. Is just sad to me, because there's just so much cool stuff to find.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm lost.
I'm lost.
I don't know where we're going.
I don't know how we got here either.
I think I was supposed to take the next exit down. Or do you know where you're going? Do you go down this way when you come in to try? Or no?
No.
Chat, we're lost.
Chat. Because I think we just took a wrong turn, because there's supposed to be a turn that just took us straight to the mall that we did not take. But I was just so engrossed in what I was saying that I just genuinely did not pay attention.
I was just exploring. I've always kind of wanted to live
honestly,
here.
Yeah, this is just as nice.
Oh, next to traffic jams. Oh wait, I kind of know where we are. Kind of, sort of.
This is neat.
That's where I got my stuff fixed.
We're experiencing some new stuff.
I think I have to. Fuck, I can't.
Oh, okay, I've seen super supplements before. Safeway. Why is there a Safeway there?
Hold on, I think I know where.
All right, chat. We might actually be lost.
We might have to end the video, but we'll see you back in an hour.
Red Lion. Ooh. Okay, yeah, I think we can.
I need my map.
But it's just to end it off. Touch grass, actually. Go outside and experience the world, because there's so much out there.
Real.
Like, even right now, us being lost, That's part of the fun.
That's fun.
We have a story now of that we were
yapping on the podcast, driving around, and I took a wrong turn. And now I'm like, these neighborhoods are pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, pretty neat. Anyway, that's it for this week. Part 2 coming out next week. You'll find out the next thing that we have going on our adventure. But that's it. See you guys next time. Peace out.